Morning everyone and welcome to our Friday Assembly. Please welcome the students of room 17. Good morning and welcome to room 17's assembly. This time we are learning that time changes everything. Today we are going to let you see how school today compares with school back in the 1800s. My name is Pi Michael. I live in Auckland. The year is 1887 and I'm 9 years old. Our teacher is very strict. She dresses in a very formal style. She wears a shawl, her hair is tied back and she carries a cane. Children are expected to be on their best behavior and walk at times those with dirty hands or fingernails. We must sit with our backs straight, with our feet flat on the floor, and we can only speak when we are spoken to. Adults say we should be seen and not heard. Our classroom is small and has high windows, so we cannot be distracted by the outside world. Our desks are in straight lines. The benches we sit on are hard and made of wood. We write on slates with slate pencils or in notebooks with acrylic ink. We learn things by rote. This means we repeat them over and over until we memorize them. If we get something wrong, we are humiliated in front of the class and made to stand in the corner and with our tabs.
Good morning, class. Good morning, Miss. Class, sit. We will start the day with our 3 times tables. Start. 1 3's a 3. 2 3's a 6. 3 3's a 9. 4 3's a 12. Stop! Chloe Edison, you're miles away. What are 4 3's? Go to the corner and what we're going to do with you. Class, continue. 5 3's a 15. 6 3's a 18. 9 3's a 21. 8 3's a 24.
Tables are boring, but they have to be learned. Well, that's what our teacher tells us. As well as arithmetic, the other big things are reading and writing. We are forever copying out sentences and being tested on our spellings.
Everyone, get out your slates. Oh, Holly, this is very untidy. Begin again. Start on a nice clean slate. Yes, miss. And no squeaking ballad. Everyone, get out your notebooks and copy from the blackboard.
Everything has to be done perfectly. If it wasn't or if we misbehaved, we would get shamed in front of the class. We often got the cane too. Last week I got the cane for dropping my envelope.
Let's have a look here, Mohan. Oh dear, Miss Mia's crossings out and he's even blotted on the copybook. It's not good, is it? No, miss. Are you sure you're trying the hardest? Yes, miss. Well, there are other girls here that could put you to shame. Are you sure? Well, Emily, bring your copybook here. Oh, no, miss. Show it to Rohan. There. Do you see how it should be done? Oh, I see what should be done now.
We also had vocal gymnastics. This helps us to enunciate properly.
I want everyone to put their pencil down and repeat after me. The man is right, the rock is right. The man is a rocket, the rock is a rocket. No, no, no. The man is ragged, the rock is rugged. The man is ragged, the rock is rubbish. Bitter.
We also have physical gymnastics. We have some of this every day. The country needs fit, healthy people, says the government. Fit people to work in the factories.
Class stands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Stop! I will not have this kind of behaviour, Crystal and Max. Go to the headmaster's office immediately.
Corporal punishment is how any bad behavior is dealt with. It's quite normal for people in our class to be caned if they misbehave. At playtime, we roll hoops, play marbles, knuckleballs, hopscotch, and hand clapping games.
We're playing hand clapping game. We're playing knucklebones. We're playing with the hoops. We're playing hopscotch. We're playing marbles.
My name is Olivia Halliday. I live in Auckland. The year is 2018 and I am 9 years old. Our teacher is usually very easygoing and kind. Usually she dresses in a smart but casual style. She often wears a denim skirt, a black top and boots. We are expected to be respectful and to follow instructions, but we are encouraged to think for ourselves, to use our initiative and to solve problems in a creative fashion. Our ideas are valued and all of our answers are accepted and given consideration. Our classroom has a wall of glass so we can take inspiration from the outside world. We have modern learning furniture in our classroom. Our chairs and tables are brightly coloured and are all different styles and heights. We write on blocks, on whiteboards and on Chromebooks and iPads. We share our ideas and learn in a way that works for us. We are all different, so we think and learn best in different ways.
Good morning, room 16. Good morning, Mrs. Longbourn. So I'd like you all to have a think. If you were the Prime Minister, what is the first change you would make?
In room 17, we have tried to adopt a no hands up policy. This means that we have to manage ourselves and let everyone have a turn to share. Sometimes it's hard, especially if you really want to share our idea, but we are getting better at it.
Who'd like to share their idea? If I was Prime Minister, I'd make a legislation to help save it. How would you do that? I would make more people use electric cars. Why would you do that? Because I like animals.
In maths, we are learning how to solve problems. We need to know our times tables and our basic addition and subtraction facts, but only because they help us to find quick ways to solve tricky problems.
So think about this. There are 90 children in year 4. On our trip to MOTAP, we need an adult-child ratio of 1 to 6. How many adults do we need to take with us? Think about your assumptions. Share your answer with a buddy.
We would share our ideas with the buddy and then with the class. We will come up with different ways to get the answer. None of them are wrong, but the idea is to find the most efficient way. We are encouraged to give things a go, to take a risk, to make mistakes. After all, we don't learn if we don't make mistakes.
Who'd like to share how they solved it? So if there was 1 adult for 6 children, then 2 adults would be 12 children. So if you keep on going up by 1s and 6s, you would end up with 15 adults for 90 children. Great thinking, Dad. You know, to your maths groups now start on the first maths activity.
When we are not working with Mrs. Lovelock, we play games that require us to use our number knowledge and deepen our understanding of the strategies.
We're doing mathematics on the Chromebooks. We're doing rich tasks. We're playing multiplication games with dice. We're playing adding games with the playing cards. We're working with Mrs. Longbourn.
Not only do we have to learn down to spell the words, we write a lot. We have to write more complicated words by sounding them out. To do this, we need to know which patterns of letters make which sounds.
So can we all sound out the word photograph? Photograph. Who can help me write it? I know the first sound is made with a PH and a GH, so I'm going to go with PHOTOGRAGH. Great spelling, Mila. Can you run back to the magic box for me, please? Edward, what are you doing? Is that kind of behaviour acceptable in room 17? No, Miss Longboard. What should you have done rather than pushing? Use my weight, so what would that have looked like? Walk away! Ignore! Talk it out! Seek out! Can you sort it out yourselves? Yes, Miss Longboard.
A fun way of exercising is to do jump jam. Jump jam is aerobics for kids. It's energetic, fun, and requires a bit of coordination. We play lots of different games. Manhunt, basketball, gymnastics, and elastics.
Gymnastics. We're playing elastics. We're playing basketball. We're playing manhunt.
As you can see, time has changed the way we run a school. We hope you spotted some differences and enjoyed the performance.